Everyone knows that drunk driving can be deadly, but there's another problem on the roads that's also frightening: unlicensed drivers.
And as Jermont Terry reveals, you share the road with nearly 100,000 drivers who've been ticketed for not having a valid license. Jermont.
Yeah, Carol, the fact is we are driving next to people every day who legally cannot drive, yet they do it, putting us at risk, knowing the penalty isn't very tough.
Consider this the next time you're stuck in traffic. That person next to you may not have a license. No license equals no insurance, and it may also lead to something worse. Just this month, Milwaukee deputies say a driver going too fast slammed into one of their own on the side of the highway. In May 2013, a man ran a light, crashing into Ashley Williams. Her unborn child died. April 2012, 6-year-old Christopher Wade Jr. is killed while crossing the street. Crashes all caused by unlicensed drivers.
I miss him every day.
Nicholas Dom's life came to a tragic end in 2005. A man driving without a license crashed into his motorcycle. Doms was only 20 years old at the time.
People ask me, well, you know, it's been so many years. Aren't you over it yet? You never get over losing a child.
Robert Doms is the former Greendale police chief. After his son's death, he fought to change Wisconsin law. He pushed to make it a felony for anyone who drives on a revoked or suspended license. The law made it a felony only for those who cause injury.
They don't have a right, they have a privilege to drive in this state.
Jermont Terry with the I-Team. Just want to get an idea of why you've been driving despite the fact that you have a suspended license.
That's Joe Biash avoiding our questions. But the I-Team cameras caught him jumping into the driver's seat of this white Ford and pulling off. We watched him for weeks. We captured Biash speeding, another time racing past us. Speeding is nothing new for him. Back in 2011, dashcam video recorded Biash going more than 120 miles an hour on the freeway. It was also his 5th drunk driving arrest.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
While he didn't want to talk to us, he had plenty to say before pleading guilty and getting his license suspended.
Just asking for a break. I've never had one in my whole life. All I hear about is people getting breaks. I've never gotten one from an officer.
I don't know an officer around that would give you a break for a 6 offense or whatever you like.
After serving 1 year of a 3-year sentence, he was placed on probation. The judge ordered him to not drive.
You have a comment? When you see this, what does that do to you personally?
It's kind of sickening.
Last year, of the 750,000 drivers who received traffic convictions in Wisconsin, 74,000 of them were cited for driving on a suspended license. Nearly 14,000 ticketed for hitting the road with no license at all.
We can't let this epidemic go on.
Across the nation, 48 states make it a felony for people who repeatedly drive on revoked or suspended licenses, whether they cause injury or not. That's not the case in Wisconsin.
We're behind.
Doms wants jail time for repeat offenders, even if no one's hurt. State Representative Mandela Barnes sympathizes with victims' families, but argues you can't throw everyone in jail and understands why people get behind the wheel anyway.
When this is their only option, whether it's I have to drive without a license or I'll be fired and I'll lose my house, I'll lose everything that I have.
Then the fine and penalty is worth it, in your opinion?
For that person.
But for a father who never got a chance to see his son follow in his footsteps, he says the solution is clear: increase the penalty.
Even if they continue to drive and get a ticket, nothing's going to happen to them.
Now, the state has programs to help unlicensed drivers pay their fines. In some cases, you can complete the process and you can clear your driving record completely. But some argue the people who drive without a valid license don't care to pay fines, and the threat of jail time will be enough to not get behind the wheel.
Boy, those are some shocking numbers of driving after suspension and revocation.
It's really scary.
Wow. Thanks, Jermont.
Thank you, Jermont.